And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, it may be the international break and players are going away to represent the nations. Rangers aren't in action for 2 weeks. However, there is still a lot of news coming out of the blue side of Glasgow, of course, with which we're going to be discussing in today's video. A fair few different bits and pieces from the sort of last 24 hours. That includes, of course, why Rangers have been hit by an £8 million blow. We'll go through that, whilst also going through everything else within the sort of Rangers space. But let's start with Ross McCausland. Yes, Ross McCausland has landed his first international call-up. This basically comes after impressing in the Rangers first team. Obviously, we did see him start at the weekend there to Livingston and got a man of the match performance. Was unlucky to get a goal disallowed. He also made a cameo in the game against Sparta Prague in the Europa League, and in general has been very, very impressive since coming into the Rangers side, and has now landed a first ever senior national call-up for Northern Ireland, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Currently, a contract is on the table for Ross. We spoke about that quite a lot here on this channel at the time of recording. There hasn't been any news with regards to him actually signing the contract. However, something tells me he should, and hopefully he will. Now he can see a bit of a path to the first team. Now he can see that he's going to get minutes in a Rangers jersey. Apparently there was Premier League scouts in attendance in that game in the Europa League against Sparta Prague. So here's hoping we don't have a repeat of the Billy Gilmore situation. Here's hoping we don't lose our best talent for £350,000 to the riches of the English Premier League. But in other news, guys, as I said, Ross McCausland, that's great stuff to hear from regards to him. However, there is some more news. There's something Fashion Sakala has been speaking out about Rangers' new manager, and Filipe Clement, obviously speaking and stating that he believes he is the right man to take Rangers back to the top. He basically said, after being asked about him with regards to him being in Saudi Arabia, he said, "I think Rangers have got the right man. I know him from Belgium, where he was at Genk, and then the Bruges manager. When he was at Genk, they were flying. He left Genk and they went down, and he went to Bruges, and Bruges were flying. So I think Rangers got the right man to do the job there, and I can see already the results and the way the team is playing that they are already doing very, very well. Mostly he's a very offensive coach, and he likes getting goals. He's always looking for his teams to score first in a match. I've played a lot against him in Belgium and both of his teams. Genk and Bruges were very offensive when he was there. I think he is the right man, and you can see that Rangers are flying again." And while Rangers currently do trail Celtic in the Scottish Premiership, Sakala is confident Clement has what it takes to lead the Ibrox club to the league title. He added, "The big question is, can Clement win the league? And I think looking at the way the team are performing, I am very positive. Rangers are looking good. Of course, the other team are doing well, but I'm a Rangers boy and I hope Rangers keep winning and win the league. I'd be very happy for them to win the league." Great to hear there from Fashion Sakala. Obviously, currently out in Saudi Arabia, did make a bit of a big money move in the summer. And recently linked up with Steven Gerrard, as those Al Ettifaq and his side obviously came head to head. So very interesting stuff with regards to Fashion Sakala, and good to see him watching Rangers on from a distance. Now into the other news, guys. Of course, yesterday Rangers did release their sort of accounts. We did make a video in regards to it, and now according to Football Insider, sources have told them that the wage bill at Rangers is inflated by over £8 million in the 2022-2023 season. The Scottish Giants, as we stated, released their latest financial accounts on Monday the 13th of November, revealing a turnover of £83.3 million and an operating profit of £252,000. It makes a huge decrease from the £5.9 million profit recorded in the club's 2021-2022 accounts. Despite competing in the Champions League last season, Rangers' group stage exit meant they played fewer matches and received similar UEFA payments to the year prior when they reached the final of the Europa League. While sponsorship revenue, matchday receipts and broadcast payments have all decreased in the 2022-2023 season, Rangers revealed that their wage bill had significantly increased. The wage bill in Rangers' 2021-2022 accounts was £48.3 million, with 95 players on the club's payroll. However, the latest documents from Ibrox reveal that the wage bill has grown up to £56.5 million, with 102 players now employed by the club. 8 new first-team players were brought in the club's 2022 transfer window, including Ben Davies, Antonio Kolak, and Todd Cantwell. The Rangers were able to offload multiple first-team players as well, including the sale of Calvin Bassey, but the wage bill Ibrox rock still grows, likely due to the contract clauses triggered by the club's qualification to the Champions League group stages. It means that Rangers are now paying over 50% of the club's revenue on first-team players' wages. The wage to turnover ratio in 2021-2022 was 44%, but the latest accounts revealed it had grown by 51%. So obviously, as a club, our thing has gone up by £8 million, which is super crazy. Football Insider, of course, reporting on that following our report, following our finances were sort of released and publicised as from the year ending June 30th, 2023. Now, in other news as well, with regards to Celtic and Rangers, this is a bit regards Celtic as well, but reports are stating that Celtic and Scotland's UEFA coefficient ranking could drop as many as 6 places next year as a sliding door moment threatens a significant tumble. The nation currently sits 10th in the sort of UEFA coefficient and has of course granted a automatic Champions League space, and that's a part of their sort of 3-year thing. They kind of change it every 3 years and then sort of base the places on where the country ranks over that next ranking period. However, next year Scotland could drop to 16th in the UEFA standings, with the drop-off of the 2019-20 season playing a major role and the subsequent removal of the calculations proving somewhat problematic for Scottish clubs. Basically, the teams in and around that would mean that Scotland would not get an automatic Champions League space. You would have to probably go through a load of different qualifiers for the Champions League, most definitely, if you were to win the league. And then, of course, even second, I don't think is even guaranteed a Europa League spot. It would be more of a Conference League spot. And you would still have to go through the qualifiers there. And the same would be for sort of third and fourth. So, as a nation, not good viewing. But what can you expect? Rangers have been the only team really doing anything with regards to the coefficient over the years. And it just keeps on free falling. Unless all clubs kind of bind together and actually make an imprint or a dent into it, then it's going to just keep on dropping off, which is frustrating because, as I said, we did all the work, and Celtic, it seems, have almost pretty much had the free Champions League reign over the last 2 years, and again, this is maybe the last time where we get an automatic Champions League spot, so it is imperative we do win the league, especially with the new Champions League format coming into play. But yeah, interesting with regards to that. It does look like we are going to drop to 16th if things carry on, which is very, very unfortunate. But Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts on sort of Fashion Zakala's words. What do you think of Ross McCausland? What do you think of the wage bill going up by £8 million? And what do you think with regards to the sort of UEFA coefficients? And do you think Scotland needs to bind together as a collective to get us back up there? As I said, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us down to today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Peace.